Hello and welcome back to another video on my channel. This is Planet Coaster Switch, a series arranged by Murph. I'm actually just going to reduce the sounds just quite quickly, um, just so I can talk over it without shouting too much. Apply OK, while still having some sound on. And this is episode 4 in this series. Thank you very much to Murph for allowing me on this series. It's his idea. He done episode 1 of this, and then JS Gaming done episode 2, and Monterico Gaming done episode 3. The idea of this is Murph started a park and he's gridded it out, if I can scroll out far enough, as you can see, and each person takes a grid. I'll let you go and see in their videos. I'll link them all down below, as well as the series playlist, and you can go and see what they all done. I believe Murph's done this bit, the entrance, JS Gaming done this bit here, some fantastic stuff from all of them, and Monterico done this bit here. I seriously recommend going and watching all their videos because some of the stuff they've done is just absolutely fantastic. My area is this area here. I am going to call it Don's Forest, or something along those lines, just answers on a postcard for maybe an idea similar. And I looked at all these stuff that everyone else did, and it's just so fantastic, just stuff that I'm not good enough to do it at this game. There's some fantastic mods that they've used as well, and all that jazz. And I'm using a vanilla version of the game, mostly because I want to have a playthrough on vanilla first. I'm doing a series for that, and I felt I just couldn't really do what they did. So as you can see, quite a lot of scenery here, a lot of flame, a lot of trees. I wanted to sort of have a homage for Scotland, where I am from, and out with putting a big mountain or a lake. The mountain I knew how to do, but I didn't really know how to get any rides around it. The lake, I didn't know how to do it. I don't even know if it's possible. It probably is, and I just don't know. So I thought, what's the next best thing? And I thought of like all these sort of Scottish parks and trees and all that sort of jazz. Well, good stuff. So we've gone for a sort of foresty area. I also like the flames. You'll see that in the series that I'm doing. So a lot of flames, some water fountains here and here. That really does that. And I've got, coming out of every single ride, I have the wee floral arch thing. Again, I quite like that. And then one just little tribute to my girlfriend. I did buy this game originally for her on my share Steam account, so I put a sort of love heart on this random little one here. Again, the floral thing, I just thought it was a nice thing. You go on a ride and then the floral just sort of lets you know you're coming back into a sort of forest area. I just thought it was a nice little thing. And also getting to use the Monte Express with this square. Ride-wise, what we have, Gears of Fear. I explained this in my main series why I like this ride. I just like the name of it. Basically, I'm a huge Gears of War fan, and this sort of ride reminds me of that. Obviously, it's called Gears of Fear, lots of gears sort of stuff and cogs. But it just sort of, with the red and blue theme, it reminds me of that a little bit. And then we've got this thing, what's this? This is the Insanity. Again, just a cool looking ride. I just sort of picked the rides based on the way they look, to be honest. Roller coaster here as well. I think this is the, which one was it again? I think it's the X Dimension, the right stuff or something like that. It is indeed. It does go a little bit into JS Gaming. I sort of, there's just nothing that really, all the roller coasters are quite large and they didn't really fit in the square that well. So I was able to sort of aim this alongside the track that JS has, and I thought it just looked fairly cool. I do apologise if that maybe goes against the core of the series, but I hope that it's acceptable. I think it sort of adds to the feel of it, and you get the sort of the extra view of elsewhere, so maybe people can go on that and then say, oh, I fancy a shot of that. At least that was my sort of idea. Then got this thing here. I'm not even sure what it is. It's the Venom. It was just a roller coaster that fit on the square, to be honest with you. And all the small rides, while they look cool and do stuff, I felt that was sort of the way to go. We've got this bad boy here, the star wheel. I actually thought this was a Ferris wheel type thing, but I've sort of since noticed that these sort of things flip around, which I actually quite like. It wasn't quite what I wanted. I wanted a Ferris wheel in here, but this still works, and I still like the look of it. And then we have the sundial here. Again, just another little cool ride, and a little bit of water, a fountain thing there that I put in. I actually forgot to put that in. But the main thing for me was making sure this square looked pretty cool, and I think it does. I will cover a little bit of what other people do. I won't be able to actually justify their... Oh wait, can we actually watch this train? Let's watch the train. Have we got the right one? No, we've not. Okay, so quickly switch. Have I missed it? I think I might have. No, here we go. Here's the train I want. Can I get like a front view, please? See, no interest, no. What I want to really show you is sort of going into the tunnel with the rocks and the trees. I think it looks really nice. Spent quite a bit of time doing this, and I decided to sort of, instead of making it, yeah, as you can see, it's a bit of a shame we've not got the front view, because I think that would look absolutely amazing from first person sort of type view. Like that view that it went onto as it went into the tunnel, I think that would look absolutely amazing. Overall, I decided to sort of do to do my square before coming back and then sort of talking about the square and what we've done. Just purely because I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to do with the square, to be honest with you. And I was really indecisive. Even now, I'm still thinking, could I add some stuff here? Can I add some stuff there? Like, we've got all this space here where we could probably get another sort of small ride in. There's the sundial going. Absolutely phenomenal looking ride. When it's going anyway. As is this. It's not really getting the people at this part of the park just now. And when they do, they're going to the coasters. Which is fair enough, I guess. I'd like to see them coming on the littler ones, but just not seeing any queues there, to be honest. I always quite like the big queues as well. Again, I covered that in the sort of the series I'm doing. I'm going to just switch off that notification. I get a lot of these notifications, and a few issues with rides breaking down, so I've hired a lot of extra engineers just to try and make that a bit easier on the next person. We do have a little queue here at the Gears of Fear, so maybe it's just this ride isn't very popular. Is it broken down again? No, it's not. And again, this ride's quite cool. I'm going to just give us a quick run through all these rides. So we'll go for a seat camera here. You are facing back the way in this ride, which I actually think is quite cool. I did also try, just for a homage to Scotland, there's a ride in Blackpool, which I know is not in Scotland, but it's called the Edinburgh Revolution, sponsored by a Scottish drinks company, which I considered trying to find some DLC, a mod for. I looked and I just could not find one, even though I wanted to keep it vanilla for now, or at least my game vanilla for now. I thought it'd be quite cool if I could find one of those. Just again, just a little homage to all things Scottish, but I genuinely just could not find one. I think the only ride from that, there was 2 rides from that theme park that was available, and neither of them really would sort of fit into what I was trying to do. I don't think the rest of these rides do, just they look cool. Again, I think this map does still represent a bit of what I was wanting to put into my square anyway. Like the rest of the map, like you've got the mountains. I think it's an alpine map with the mountains and the lakes on the side as well. So I guess it's reasonable. And oh well, I didn't even realise it spun around. That's actually quite trippy as I talk about it. So yeah, it just sort of goes like that, and again, just a cool looking ride, I think. I tried to sort of pick ones that I can't afford in my challenge mode save as well, just so there was something a bit different from that. And this was literally the most expensive thing I could find, as I think that's the end of ride now. Yes, it is. Going through the... I've put maple trees in here. I don't actually know if you get them in Scotland. I've used sycamores and oak trees everywhere else, which you can, but I've sort of put some maple here and here just to try and add a bit of a different colour to it. We'll have a little ride on this one as well. Again, we'll go for a seat camera. and we're underneath on this one. So overall, I'm reasonably happy with how my squares turned out. Again, I was so indecisive with a lot of things. I hope that bar moves, or else I'm getting slapped in the jaw with it. Yeah, so I'm fairly happy with how it does. Thank God for that. I'm fairly happy with how the squares came out. As I say, there's some stuff I wish I knew how to do to match what other people have done. So I apologise to the others for that have done so fantastic stuff on this series that I'm maybe just not quite there yet. This ride I've not actually ridden on yet, so I'm a bit curious to see how it goes about, but it looks quite cool again. Again, just vanilla stuff. A little bit of lag there, I do apologise for that. I hope the video hasn't lagged too much. I'm getting a high CPU warning, which I'm not sure. I've never actually had that with recording yet, so I don't know if it's just maybe because there's so much going on in this save that it's its limit for what my CPU can handle with rendering as well. Yeah, I do actually really like the look of this ride, and even though it looks shorter, I think the track might actually be longer because it's got so many ups and downs, and I know there's a technical term for that. I apologise, I don't know. But overall, very happy. The one thing that I do really like is the scorched bum area, as I call it, where you come through here and I've got the sort of flamethrowers, and I think I might have just misplaced them and it just catches the carts of this roller coaster here, so I'm sort of calling it the scorched bum area. Which I think it also adds a cool effect to the roller coaster having that there, even though it's more of an entrance thing for the Gears of Fear, I think it is. Yes. I also used the flames for this one, Insanity. And, oh, we're maybe starting to get some people in this queue now. So maybe it's just because, as I've been building, people just haven't been getting to this part of the park as fast as I'd like. And when they've got here, they've just went to the roller coasters first. Although, that's it. I think this ride's just broken down. It has. So that's why there's people walking out the queue. That makes a bit more sense. So there was a queue here. So overall, very happy with how it came out. There's stuff that I would have liked to have done that I just don't have the know-how of the game to do. So that's a bit unfortunate, but hopefully long term we can work that out, and if maybe in another series or whatever I can do it. Nonetheless, I hope you've enjoyed it. Go and check the other guys' channels out and their videos. As you can see, some phenomenal stuff that they've done on their ends, just to show you some of JS gaming stuff, just as I was sort of scrolling over there. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again.